Hi there, Sharon at Be Divine Vintage. I'm doing a little bit of work on my journal. I had wanted it finished for this weekend, but that just hasn't happened. It's now Tuesday, so I'm just working my way through the journal, checking all the pages, checking everything's done that needs to be done, adding little elements, etc. Been doing a bit of stamping, so I thought I'd just turn the camera on and just let you join me with some of the things that I'm doing, so you can see what I actually do when my journal is at the point of completion. So I'm just going to do some stamping because I do love to put on these little dots or similar. So I'm using my little dotty stamp. There it is. It's well used. I got it from what's it called, eBay. Yeah, eBay. I just put in, I use Etsy, Amazon, eBay. I forget which one I'm using. So I got it from eBay. I just put in dotty stamp, and this is what came up, and this is what I bought. So I've just rubbed on some Distress Ink Vintage Photo, and I'm just going to pop on, just randomly, you can see, just a few little dots. They don't all need to be dark. You know, they can be different depths of colour, but I think it just brings everything, starts to bring everything together nicely. I just thought I've actually just popped home for half an hour, because I'm staying at my mum's at the moment, just for a few days, because we're having I pop these books in to keep these pages open, help me keep the pages open. Yeah, I've just popped home for a little bit of time because I'm staying at my mum's because we're having new flooring fitted at home, wooden flooring, and it's throughout downstairs, so it's just been a little bit hectic. And you know, I really don't like all the upset inside my house, so I'm staying at my mum's, me and my daughter. So that's that page. So I'm just checking every page. I don't need to stamp every page, it's totally up to you what you like. So you can see I've just put some lighter ones down there. I will be doing a full flip through of this journal, but I just thought I'd show you my sort of closing technique. So like I say, it's just a double, triple, quadruply checking everything. You know, things are stuck down, that the pages are all in correctly, that they're the right way round, that elements I have fixed in are fixed in correctly as well. Let's just do a little bit down there, that's enough. Don't need to cover your page, that's just enough down there. It's up to you, as many or as few as you wish. Put a few more on this page. So yeah, double check. So we've got a tag in there. So checking that these little flippy floppies are fastening correctly. Checking your pages. Seeing if you want any to stitch around anything else. That's good. That's a very sort of light stamp on there. Just pop a few on there as well. You see, just very, very light. It just helps, I think, to add to that aged look. I've also got these elements, you know, that I want to stick in. The things that I made, the little page tags, little page decorations, my little envelopes. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Here we go, let's have a look here. So pages like this, I look and I think, yeah, there's definitely something missing from here, but I'm not quite sure what. So I'll add some dots. This is just a small page. Let's just put a piece of paper. That's a nice piece. Right, we'll just pop that there, just to make sure that the dots don't go onto the next pages. There we go. And this goes in there. Like that. So do I want anything on here? Do I want a page decoration? What do you think? What do you think? I think that'd go nice on there. So I'm just going to stick that on. Yeah, put these books under to help hold this page open. These pages open. So I've been at my mum's, which I've been finding really nice, but I do love to spend time with my mum as much as I can now, as she's getting older. But she's a very independent, and she is quite a force to be reckoned with, although she says she's not. Her hearing, she's becoming more and more hard at hearing, so that's a challenge because she doesn't think she is. Oh, that just fits on there perfectly. I like these little pink, they're like flat beads. So they look like, to me, they look like little shells. Just pop those on there. Have I got any clips? Yes, I have. Oh, they are. I'll just pop some clips on. So yeah, so she's quite hard at hearing, but she says she isn't, which causes a few challenges, because if you dare to say that she is, you put your life in your own hands. So she's making chicken and rice for tea, so I'm looking forward to that. She tries to do, she's very good cook. Actually, that is not going to fold in properly there. Just pulling it up just a tiny bit. She's an excellent cook. She's a meat and 2 veg, because that's what her and Dad, that's their generation. I mean, even though Dad's passed, she still does meat and 2 veg. But tonight, because it's me and my daughter, she's been a bit more modern, she said. So we're having chicken and rice, like a savoury rice. That should be nice. There's a little bit just hanging over there. Can you see that? No, I don't want that hanging over. So I'm going to take my scissors and just cut that off. Yeah, so doesn't want to cut off. There we go. And that little bit, with that one little bead, just go in my scraps. So I'll take those off there later. Let's carry on. There. Oh, that's got a... Oh, it's holding these on. Can you see? It's the back of some of those brads, so I don't really want those on there. What can I have to put something over them? So let's have a think. Should I put some fabric over? Nope, not that. Not that. This is the reason why it's so important to check through everything. Got some nice If I stitch that, I could put that on there. Right, let me just pause you a second and just go and stitch this. There we go. So I've just pleated that, ruched it, and I'm going to put that onto there. All the way through the book I've stuck with my same colours I've had on my table, all the same fabrics, papers, etc. And if I've ever needed to take anything off the table, then I put it all on a tray just to keep everything that I'm using together. So much for a very plain journal, because it certainly isn't. Let's have a look. I could probably maybe take that round there. Yep, let's just take it round. Yeah, so much for a very plain journal, because a very plain journal it certainly isn't. But I love it. I absolutely love it. So I'll just fold this to there. Just hold that a second. So I've got a picture in there and a postcard. And I'm going to take the picture out. I'll put the picture back in the journal somewhere, but I think that just looks nice there, like that. Brings the colours together. And let's get our dotties. Just got a few on there. I mean, don't think you have to just use vintage photo. You can use any colours of inks you want to do this sort of effect. But with it being a vintage style journal, I stuck with the vintage photo. Right, it says a little magic can take you a long way. I've got a double page spread here. So what I was thinking of putting here are some of these envelopes. Just get them. I just want 3. So I'll just get them all and decide which 3 I think work best together. So I can either put them on this side or this side. I do like that one with the whale. I do like the statue lady there, but I think I'll stick with the whale. I could do 1, 2, because I could use that as a sort of page tab, I think. Couldn't we? Yep. So if I just ink the back of this. Whoops. There we go. There we go. So if I use my glue. So there is a video showing how I made these little envelopes. They don't actually open, although they could be made to open should you wish it. I don't want mine to open. I've got so many tabs and flips and pockets and things that I think I've got enough. So I'm just going to pop that there on the edge of the page. With these being vintage papers as well, putting something on the corner like that just gives a corner a lower page, which will get a lot of sort of finger work, won't it, as people or the owner turns the page there over time. Right, let's just pop some glue on this. So I only want a little bit of this popping out. So it just reinforces that corner, doesn't it? We're going to pop this put a little tab on the corner, and then we will go with a more medium size one, maybe, yeah, yes we will, a more medium size one. Let's have a look which one. Or I could class that as my medium and then just put a tiny one on there at an angle. Yeah, quite like that. So let's just stick this one on. Yeah, so I have got videos on how I made these things, and I will, if you just look back through my YouTube, but I will add links anyway. I'm 1 subscriber now of my 1,000 subscribers. Oh, I hadn't realised I'd done that. That looks nice. I like that. Should I use a different one? Yeah, I'm going to take that off. Ooh. Naughty me. That's why I like Fabric, because you can have that change of mind without feeling guilty. So I'm now going to pop that on there. That's better. That is much better. Do you know, I hadn't realised, goodness knows how I hadn't realised, but I hadn't, that I'd put those 2 pieces which were virtually identical on there. There we go. Right, so my next page here is some decoupaged napkin. We've got a little butterfly, we've got a postage stamp, and we've got this lovely altered playing card there. Playing cards, I should say, because there's one there and half there. There's a video for this as well back in my YouTube. There's my little shell charm, and then a little not postage card, what am I talking about, a little playing card, altered playing card in there with my little girl on the beach collecting, and a little Tim Holtz. So let's just put those how we'd like them to be. Put that there, that there. So I'm going to put some of these brown dots onto here. So once again, I'll rub my distress ink on. This is such an important part of your journal, this making sure everything comes together. Of course, you don't want sort of square edges, and that's why I'm just sort of dotting over the top. Right, I'm now just going to, now that this one should have dried a little bit, I'm just going to put a tag in there. Or does the postcard fit? Let's have a look. No, the postcard doesn't fit. So I'll just get a tag to pop in there. Just bear with me a second. So I picked out this little journaling card. I can't remember whether this is Tim Holtz or whether it's from my own stash. I have a feeling it's from my own stash. I've put some of the dots on the back. Just trim the edge a little bit and gone round with my dauber there, and I'm just going to pop that into there. I thought that looked rather nice because it brings this yellow and these yellows together. It's like the sky and the sand. That's there. I mean, once I've done this, I'll go back through the book again, checking everything. Like, I've just noticed that little piece isn't stuck down properly, so I'll go back, you know, checking corners and making sure everything sticks down as it should do. Double check it and double check it, and even before I post it out, because this is going to be going into my shop, I will ensure that everything, again, ensure that everything's stuck down. Right, that's there, that's that. Just pop a little few dots here. You don't have to put loads on the page, just a few randoms like that will just bring the page, your pages together. For a minute then I thought I'd not been recording. There we go. This is one of my best buys ever and one of my most used buys. With that, all right, I'm trying to work that out then, why that was doing that. So that is a double-edged lace. So what I need to do, because it keeps flicking back and I couldn't work out what it was, I need to just fasten that down there, put a little bit more, because there is some page edge there, glue onto there. So I'm using Fabri-Tac because it is fabric. I'll just run my finger along there. So it's quite difficult for me to turn over now because of, oh, it's all right actually. I thought it was going to press onto something, but it actually isn't. It actually isn't touching anything. Right, so I need to decorate this envelope. So I'm actually not going to do that now. I'm going to bring you back tomorrow to do that. However, I am wondering if I want to put one of these little paper, these little tags. I think that'll look rather beautiful just there like that. Because the pinks on there will match the pinks on there, will match the pinks on there. So, how am I going to do this? Because sometimes the Fabri-Tac goes right through, doesn't it? I'm going to put the glue on this side, but I'm actually going, no, this is the bit my mum will say, how can you put that on your fingers? I'm going to put some on my finger, and I'm actually just going to rub that onto there. Like that. Comes off ever so easy. I'm going to put that there and I'm going to bring that over there. Now that bit should be stuck there, here on this side, but on this bit here onto the paper I'm going to need to put more glue. So I'm just going to pop some more glue on there. The reason I'm doing it like this is because I love Fabri-Tac, but when it comes through fabric and shows, oh, I think it looks awful. I don't like it. There we go. That is pretty. I'm going to just clip those together there. I'm going to clip that bit together. And I'm going to clip this bit together. So thank you so much for watching. Just a little clip there of how I check my journals, last finishing touches. There's a couple of envelopes I knew I hadn't decorated, so I'll bring you along with me on this one. If not this one, there's one at the end, and I'll bring you along on that one. So you get to see one of them anyway. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you real soon. I will be doing my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm up to 999 at the moment. So I'll have a little pack of vintage papers, laces, beads, ribbon. I'll put some of my own hand-dyed sari silks in, maybe some sparkles, all sorts of things. So maybe some of the bits and pieces I've made myself. So once I get to my 1,000 and I'm one off, then I will do my giveaway, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to do to enter that giveaway. So please like, please comment, please subscribe, and I will see you very, very soon. Thank you.